The two racer youngsters that I missed. And they're growing quite quickly. I really should move these somewhere else, like, and let the pair sit, starting the eggs again, put some trumpeter eggs under them, but I'm not too pushed at the moment. I'm struggling for feeders, but I'm not desperate for them, so I'll leave them. A couple of young'uns up here under feeders. I showed you these last week, but I'd put another youngster in because there was only one. So one of them's a Bacara from Thanos and the black mottled hen, and the other one's a fantail from me Brian Pogue, black imported cock, and an Andalusian hen that I bred last year that I quite like. I always get pairs that nest down next to the door. I don't know why, but they always nest down next to the door. This is the old D-Roy cock, made on this dark tea pattern checker hen from last year. Nice pairing. She's only young hen, so see how she goes. Old black mottled hen, she's laid a couple of rounds and they both fertile. So I've got, well, 3 out of 4 eggs were fertile. I've got them under sitters, so I've shoved a pair of feeder eggs under her just to rest her up a bit. Don't want to lay in too many eggs too quickly. But she's a nice hen. Split the Shelly pair up last night. If you remember, I had the red cocks here. He was mated onto a blue check hen. I've got 2 rounds of eggs, and I've got two rounds of it. Sorry, I've got 1 round of eggs that's fertile under feeders and 1 round of eggs to go under feeders. So I don't want to breed any more of that pair. So I split them up. I've mated them onto this blue checker hen from last year. She's again, I quite like the body type on her. So I'm going to leave them there and see what pops out the pairing. But this is me next stage for new blood for the future. So this is something that'll be kept back from this pair. It'll just be held back for the future. Still got a couple of pairs that are doing absolutely nothing. Obviously these pairs are locked up in the cage. They need letting out. He's sitting about with this hen. She's a 2017 hen. She's the mother of all these and grandmother of all these blue hens. She hasn't laid yet. Mated to this splash that I kept back. A late bred from last year, well, from 2019, a late bred cock. Lightish colour, but type leaves a lot to be desired. So this pair still haven't yet to lay. Pair of young'uns that I just reared, the first ones of the season. They're from this red cock here. And obviously the yellow hen who's in the corner, he's half covering. She's laid 2 rounds and they're all full. So 4 out of 4 for a young cock. He's learnt how to tread a hen very, very quickly. No messing. And these are the cocks you need. You need cocks like this every now and then to come along. You know, he's not the greatest in the world, but lovely coloured red. A bit plumb in his rump and tail, but he's nice and deep. So I'll keep a couple of sons back from him and then move on with them in the future. A pair of young birds from last year. This black cock and this blue mottled hen. Her first round were clear, but our second round one was full. So the young cocks that I kept back, which I've held on to about 7 or 8, they're starting to catch on really quickly on how to mate the hens. Hopefully next couple of rounds will be full off them and it'll get the numbers up quickly. Got another round of fertile eggs off this pair. So this is one of my star pairs. So this blue checker cock, the first round one was full. The second round, I checked them this morning, both of them's full. So this pair's on course to hopefully produce 5 or 6 youngsters easily. She's not the fastest laying hen, and usually when she's laid about 5 rounds, she tends to just brood and go off. So the sooner I can get youngsters from this pair, the better. A little bit of fighting for territory. Keeps them on the toes. A red hen from last year. She hasn't laid yet. She's mated on this black mottled cock, who was one of my most fertile cock birds, and she hasn't laid. So the pair that I expected and hoped to breed a lot of youngsters from are a bit slow. Silver checker hen. She's sitting on 2 dummy eggs as well. She's laid 3 rounds of eggs quite quickly, so I'm going to give her a little bit of a break. She's mated to a red cock, so that carries dilute, but she doesn't carry recessive red, so we'll just see where this pair goes. lot of pairs together this year for reds. I think I've just done a quick head count and I've got 7 pair that can breed potentially red, so it's probably looking like reds is going to be my biggest colour this year, which is not unusual. This pair, reds, obviously they're outside in the weaner. It's been a great move putting these 2 pair out here. Both pairs is filling eggs. I just took another pair round of eggs off this pair under feeders, both full, so I've now got 6 out of 6 off this pair, and he's another young cock from last year and all. This red cock, he hasn't even had a proper moult. I think he'll look nice when he's fully moulted out. So far the young cocks I've kept back have all proven to be fertile, so I don't usually keep as many back, but I had to because a lot of my original cock birds that I already had were getting a little bit too old. I needed to start and hang fire and keep some younger stock back. So this pair's working out good. 2's the same. I'll just come along a bit. So this hen laid an egg last night. I've got 1 fertile egg under feeders from them. So this is, and 2 youngsters. So I've got 2 youngsters, a fertile egg, and she's laid in another round. So hopefully this pair is away now as well. Usually once they start filling, they tend to do okay up until about June or July, and then they'll lock off again. First 2 of the year, time to get them banded. Looks like again for the 3rd year running we've got reds. So first, these are from a red cock from 2020. He's found out to mate hens very quickly. I've got 3 rounds from the pen, they're all full. He fills every egg, and he's made a 3 yellow hen. So young red cock here on the right, be Dilute carrying. So hopefully makes the grade and gets held back for yellows in the future. So the first 2 of the year, and I've seen us do this a million times, just for those who haven't. Twist it as you put it on. Make sure there's no hair stuck in it, no feathers stuck in it. And it's right up on the hock. It's 661. And 662. First 2 of the year, 2 reds from a red cock from 2020 and a yellow hen, so the Dilute, young Dilute carrying cock there.